Hi, this is Joan. Welcome to my channel. This is a short. This is Psalms 146, 3 through 5. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goes forth, he returneth to his earth, and that very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God. My question is, does this include your husbands? Does this mean that your husband is also a son of man? So you should not put all your trust in him? But what about this scripture? Ephesians 5:22 through 24. Wives, obey your husband as you obey the Lord. The husband is the head of the wife, just as the Christ is the head of the church people. The church is his body as he saved it. Wives should obey their husbands in everything, just as the church people obey Christ. Okay, now I did a video before on the hierarchy in the Bible. So what you want to look at first is who wrote what. Well, the first scripture I gave you from Psalm was written by David, who was described as a man after God's own heart. He was also a king and united for a time the 12 tribes as one nation. Okay, this was written by this book of Ephesians was possibly written by Paul. They aren't really sure, but it's usually attributed to Paul. Paul, on the other hand, was a man who at one time was a persecutor of the Christians or of the Israelites. He also was the son of a religious leader. But you also have to remember the religious leaders at that time were not from the nation of Israel. They were descendants of the tribes that the Israelites were told to eradicate, which they did not. So you would have to look at the two of the verses, look at who wrote them, and decide for yourself which one is higher on the hierarchy. Well, actually, I would have to say King David would win right here because, as I said before, he is listed as a man after God's own. And as it doesn't say this is directed only to men, you can kind of figure that it's telling people in general to not put their trust in any prince or son of man. That would include your husband, unless your husband is something other than a son of man. Now you could say, well, wait a minute, it said trust. And the other verse said that you should submit to your husband. But I would ask you, if you don't trust him, um, I don't understand why you would even consider submitting. And this is just something to think about. Please excuse my voice even more than usual. I have a cold, but I just wanted to get this out there, and it's just something to think about. But when you really read the Bible and you ask yourself, well, who wrote it? Under what circumstances did they write it? Who were they talking to? Exactly who are they? What is their relationship to God? What is the hierarchy? Well, then you will see that yeah, a lot of things were written in the Bible, but they were written by a particular person to a particular audience, and that does make a big difference. This is just something to think about, and you guys have a great rest of your day.